So 3 space.
No.
Alright, everybody. Here we go into my second game of Jeopardy for the Wii U. In which so far I've won $40,400. See if I can win more. Yay! $40,400, as I mentioned, is my 1 game wins total.
Start a new one, please. This for size.
We're gonna do normal or medium difficulty. There's no multiple choice here. I either know the answer or I don't. Achoo!
Please welcome our
Chakos!
Player one.
Chakos!
Sorry, Robo.
Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. So, Robo, you were saying? By the way, I just wanted to do that just to get you to react, that's all. I swear, I promise, I swear I won't do it again. I won't do it again, I promise.
And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Rivet.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Utopia.
You in quotation marks.
Biblical abominations.
No, Tiger.
How about a little romance language?
Hold on.
How's the weather?
Yeah, you gotta stay away from the TV, okay?
College team nicknames. And American history.
American
Where do we
history
begin,
for
player
200.
one? This famous transaction in 1803 doubled the territory of the U.S.
What is the Louisiana Purchase?
Okay, player one. Right.
American history for 400.
Player one. In the 1760s, he and Charles Mason used milestones to mark the boundary line between Maryland and Pennsylvania.
Who is Dixon?
Okay, player one. Sorry, that's...
Poop.
Anyone else?
And I got away with that.
Here's what we wanted. Jeremiah Dixon.
Oh, Jeremiah Dixon. Okay, so there we go.
Select again.
American history.
The Watergate scandal led to the resignation of this U.S. president in 1974.
Who is Richard Nixon?
Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. Good. Back on the plus
American
side.
history 800.
Please pick it. In the 1830s, some 4,000 members of this Indian tribe died during a forced march known as the Trail of Tears. It's player one.
What is the Sioux? Darn.
Any other takers? Let's hear it, player three.
Navajo?
Sorry.
You failed.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it, player two.
Cherokee?
You got it. Player two, starters.
American history 1000.
Reconstruction refers to the period of readjustment and rebuilding after this war.
What is the Civil War?
Player one. Yes.
There we go.
Start again. Player one, you're in command of the board as we continue right now.
This is pooper.
Biblical nominations for 200 and Bazoo.
Leviticus chapter 11 says, most insects that creep or fly are an abomination, but this eighth plague is kosher. Player one.
What are locusts?
That's correct.
Biblical abominations for
Player one. Leviticus chapter 11 verse 13 declares that this bird of prey, later a symbol of Roman legions, is an abomination.
Oh, this one I don't know.
The correct response is the eagle.
Okay, biblical abomination 600.
You again. Potpourri is not mentioned, but this burning perfume is an abomination according to Isaiah chapter 1 verse 13.
What is incense?
Let's hear it, player one. Good.
Biblical abominations for 800.
Player one.
Daily double.
Answer. The daily double. You are currently in the lead. Decide
Let's
on
just
your
do
wager,
600.
player one.
No. 400. No. I just want to do $400.
Look, Leviticus chapter 11 verse 10 says, all that have not fins and these in the seas shall be an abomination.
I don't know, so I'm just gonna say, what are Robo Ranger 1s?
However, you keep your lead.
Ow.
Here's the correct response. Scales.
Scales. Oh well. Biblical abominations 1000.
Please pick. In Genesis chapter 46 verse 34, every shepherd is an abomination unto this kingdom that was known as Kemet. It's player two.
Israel?
No.
You
Sorry.
failed.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess?
I'm the only
on
player
this?
with any money right now. I have $1,000.
The correct response is Egypt.
Egypt. Okay. Alright.
You get to pick again.
College
player
team
one.
nicknames for 200.
UC Berkeley's teams are known as the Golden These. Player two.
What are bears?
Hey, you're right. You're out of the hole. Player two. Make a selection, please.
College
as we
team nicknames
continue.
400.
Pepperdine's nickname is this, and some lap not too far away from the campus.
Pepperdine University. I know Ben Stein is a part-time professor
Okay,
there.
player three.
Waves?
Correct. Where do we begin, player three?
College team nickname 600.
This word describing Penn State's lions comes from an Algonquian term meaning single mountain. Here's what we wanted. Nittany.
Oh, Nittany. Okay.
I was thinking,
Player
I wasn't
3, choose
sure,
again.
That's what I was thinking.
That's okay.
This University of Idaho nickname is from an old Germanic tribe whose name has come to mean troublemakers.
Vandals.
All right.
Okay, player 1.
What is Vandals?
You.
Thanks, chat. College team state nicknames.
All right, let's get back into this. The University of Texas at Arlington uses this nickname, shared by the NBA team closest to them.
Oh. Arlington's not too far away from where I live.
Yes, player 3.
Rockets?
Nope.
You fail.
Anyone else?
The University of Texas at Arlington uses this nickname shared
Let's hear
by
it, player 2.
Spurs.
No.
Mavericks.
All right.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
What are your
It's
Mavericks?
player 1.
Yay!
Player 1, back to you.
How about a little romance language for 200?
Around the Vatican, you might be able to practice this source language of all Romance languages.
What is Italian?
Yes, player 1. No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Ouch!
Yes, player 2.
Chat got me.
That's
Oh,
right.
Latin, that's right. Garrett.
Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next
Utopia
selection.
for 200.
Olympic competition in 1900 included this type of swimming, judged on distance and time submerged.
What is underwater?
Let's hear it, player 1. Right.
Utopia for 400.
Player 1. The Salgir, the Chernaya, the Alma, and the Dnieper are all rivers that flow through this country.
What is Ukraine?
Okay, player 1. Good.
Utopia for 600.
You get to. It's the quality of being useful, or the useful knife used to cut drywall. Here's the response we were looking for. Utility.
Utility. Utopia 800.
Player 1. An adjective meaning of an elevated region, or the main type of cotton grown in the American South. Let's hear it, player 2.
Upland?
You got it, you're out of the hole. All right, let's get back into this. Player 2 has control. The match is coming before the main boxing match. Player 2.
Underfight?
That's not
You fail.
bad. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, player 3.
Undermatch?
Sorry.
You fail too.
Anyone else?
I don't know, so I'm not gonna buzz in.
Here's what we wanted. Undercard.
Alright.
You get to pick again, player 2.
How's the weather for 200?
September 4th, 2007 was the first time that two of these, Henriette and Felix, made landfall on the same day.
What is a hurricane?
Player 1.
Oh, shoot!
Sorry, that's...
Shoot, I hit the wrong button.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Yes, player 2.
Tornadoes.
Oh.
No.
Anyone else? Yes, player 3.
Hurricanes, yeah.
Player 3. You start us off. Mountain passes speed up hot, dry air, giving this U.S. state its Santa Ana winds.
I'd better get this right.
Player 1?
What is Texas?
No.
It's not?
Anyone else?
Poop.
Let's hear it, Player 2.
California?
Good.
Whatever.
Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next selection as we... The forecast is cloudy with a 30% chance of these, characterized by the sudden start and stop of light rainfall. Let's hear it, Player 3.
What are showers?
That is correct. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 3, you make the next selection as of Catalan, Bulgarian, or Romanian, the one that is not a Romance language.
What is Romanian?
It's Player 1.
Darn.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. Bulgarian.
Bulgarian, okay.
Player 3, choose again. It's the most widely spoken Romance language in the world. Yes, Player 2.
Spanish?
You got it. Player 2, start us. Ligurian, Lombard, and Piedmontese are all dialects of this Romance language. Here's the correct response. Italian.
Oh, Italian, okay.
You get to pick again, Player 2. This extinct Romance language of Croatia shares its name with a dog breed. Here's what we wanted. Dalmatian.
Oh, Dalmatian, okay.
Please pick again.
How's the
Player
weather
2.
800?
High clouds may bring this type of damaging precipitation, especially to the alley for it in the Rockies. The correct response is hail.
Now last clue.
And the last clue for $1,000. Longer autumn nights let the ground cool, producing condensation, and the ground type of this. Let's hear it, Player 2.
What is fog?
Right. Good. Back on the plus side.
So player 2 has 800, I have 2200. Player 3 is minus 1600, so she'll go first in Double Jeopardy, which we will do immediately following this commercial break. Stick around, folks, won't you? To game 2 of Jeopardy for the Wii U, in which Double Jeopardy is ready to commence. And I'm in the lead with 2200.
Player 3 is in third place, which means, of course, Player 3 will select first in Double Jeopardy. Categories for the Double Jeopardy round are Classic Kids Lit, the meaning of the prefix, U.S. City History, the comics, This Side of Parasites, and I Want to Be... Where do we begin, Player 3?
The comics for 400.
This Peanuts character got a sister named Sally in 1959. Player 1?
Who is Charlie Brown? Oh, shoot.
That's it.
The comics for 800.
Player 1? Weirdo would be another name for this Dan Ferraro comic that began as a replacement for The Far Side. Here's what we were looking for. Bizarro.
Oh, Bizarro, okay. Comics 1200.
Mr. Munster wasn't the subject of this 1975 to 1992 Jim Unger strip. Player 3?
Herman?
Yep. Player 3, where do we
The
start?
comics for 1600.
In Bob Fave's comic, Frank bums around with this guy. The correct response is Ernest.
Ernest, okay.
Player 3, choose again.
Classic Kids Lit for 400.
This story begins, all children except one grow up.
What is
It's player 1.
Peter Pan for 1,000?
Yeah!
Classic Kids Lit for 800.
Player 1. In a novel by Francis Hodgson Burnett, 7-year-old Cedric Errol inherits a title
Alright.
and is known as Little Lord This.
What is Fauntleroy?
Player 1. Right you are.
Classic Kids Lit for 1,200.
Player 1. This classic is the first book in Madeleine L'Engle's Time Quartet. Here's the response we were looking for. A Wrinkle in Time.
Classic Kids Lit for 1,200.
Player 1 completes the title of a classic about an African-American family. Roll of Thunder.
What is Hear My Cry?
Let's hear it, Player 1. That's right, way to go.
Classic Kids Lit for 2,000.
You again. The Black Pearl and Island of the Blue Dolphins are two classics by him. Here's the response we were looking for. Scott Odell.
Scott Odell, okay. Comics 2000.
Player 1. This edgy Aaron Magruder comic strip debuted in 1996. It's Player 2.
The Boondocks?
Yes. Player 2. You're in command of the board.
The meaning
as
of
we
the prefix
continue.
for it.
Hemi. Let's hear it, Player 1.
What is half?
Correct.
Meaning of the prefix for 800.
Player 1. Die, as in Encephalitis.
What is 2?
Let's hear it, Player 1. Right.
Meaning of the prefix for 1,200.
You get to contra. Here's the response we were looking for. Against.
Meaning of the prefix for 1,600.
Player 1. Anti. Here's what we wanted. Before.
Meaning of the prefix 2,000.
Player 1. Circum. Okay, Player 1.
What is round? What is circle?
Sorry. That's wrong.
Ah, darn it.
Any other takers?
Oh.
It's Player 2.
No.
You got it. Player 2. You start
U.S.
us
City
off.
History 400.
This Missouri city wasn't named for Scott or Janice, but for the Reverend Harris G., an early settler there.
What is Joplin?
It's Player 1.
I am back.
Welcome back, Robo.
That's right, way to go.
U.S. City History for 800.
All right, 2 months before the Declaration of Independence, the Rhode Island Independence Act was signed in this city.
What is Providence?
Me.
It's Player 1.
Well, how are you, Mario?
I'm very
Good.
good.
Good, fine. Just playing Jeopardy on my Wii U.
He
U.S. City History
returned to
400. Daily double.
That's it. The first of the 2 daily doubles. And you're in the lead now.
I'll do a true daily double.
Answer this. It was Arizona's territorial capital from 1867 to 1877, and a university was founded there in 1885.
What is Tucson? Yay! New city history for
Player
1600.
Indianapolis was laid out in a wheel pattern inspired by this other major city some 500 miles away.
What is Daytona?
Player 1?
Oh no!
Sorry,
I hit the wrong button. Shoot.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player 2.
New York City? No.
That's not it. Anyone else? It's player 3.
Washington, D.C.
You got it.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Again.
I would have been wrong either way.
You start us
New
off.
city history 2000.
Let's take it over to Jimmy.
It was uninhabited when it was chosen as a territorial capital in 1836 and named for a president who died that year.
Yes, player 1.
What is Madison? I want to be for 400.
Player 1. You're in one of these dancers, so I'm practicing my arabesques and pirouettes so I can perform with the Kirov.
What is a ballerina?
Player 1. Good for you.
I want to be for 800.
We return one of these from the Greek for star sailor, like John Glenn or Buzz Aldrin.
What is an astronaut?
Okay, player 1. Right.
I want to be for 1200.
Selecting one of these and deal with the health problems of vicunas, pintos, and Great Danes.
What is a veterinarian?
Player 1. Hey, you're right.
I want to be for 1600.
We return.
Daily double.
That's right. The second daily double.
Let's go for 1600.
You are currently in the lead. You need to select your wager. And the daily double clue, like Martin Luther King and the Dalai Lama, and be honored with this humanitarian prize given in Oslo.
What is the Nobel Prize? Peace Prize?
You have maintained your lead. Way to go.
2000.
Player 1. This from the Greek for straight, and make some big bucks correcting crooked teeth with braces.
What is an orthodontist?
Player 1. Right you are. Player 1.
This time
When
parasites
a
are
tiny
400.
parasite enters an oyster's shell, mantle cells cover it with nacre until this is formed. It's player 3.
What is pearl?
That's it.
800.
Player 3, you start. This plant grows as a parasite on apple tree trunks, blooms in February and March, yet still is a factor in Christmas kisses.
What is mistletoe?
Let's hear it, player 1. Ew.
1200.
All right, PSI is a charity delivering nets to fight this parasite-caused disease that kills 3,000 African children a day.
What is malaria?
Player 1. Good for you.
1600.
Please pick again. You can vent this soft ductless organ that fights infection with parasite detection. We're talking about the spleen.
Last clue.
Now let's take a look at that $2,000 clue, shall we? Closely related to meningitis, this inflammation of the brain can result from viral infections or tiny parasites. Here's what we were looking for. Encephalitis.
So we'll all be around for Final Jeopardy.
Looks like you'll all be moving on to Final Jeopardy after this break.
I have $20,000 right now.
Here's the Final Jeopardy category. Landmarks.
Alright.
Please enter your word.
5 grand.
Now, let's reveal the final Jeopardy clue. The landmark site known to the Lakota as Six Grandfathers was renamed this after a prominent lawyer.
What is Mount Rushmore?
And your response?
What is Mount Rushmore?
And that correct response.
1,600, so you'll double your money to 3,200.
What did you put as your response?
You also said Mount Rushmore.
With that correct response, you
Nothing,
retain.
so you stay at 3,200. We have a tie for second place.
And your response?
What is Mount Rushmore?
And that correct response.
5 grand for 25,000 this game, and a 2-game winning total of $65,400.
Champion, player one.
Not bad.
So long, everybody.
And we'll see you all for that next video coming soon. Game 3.